You're the Dragon here. Today I'll be doing another segment and shifting towards lighter weight gear. In particular, today I'll be discussing jackets. More specifically, I'll be discussing shells or rain and snow jackets. All three of the jackets pictured here fall in the category of waterproof breathable. And with that said, I'd like to make a little clarification on that. Waterproof breathable jackets don't actually exist. You can't be both waterproof and breathable. It's just not possible. What they do try to do is make the best balance of water repellency combined with trying to enable the fabric to breathe to let out sweat and heat. Now, in certain locations, if you're in a warmer climate, your sweat will most likely be more like water droplets or beads. In cases like that, your sweat will not necessarily evaporate very well through any fabric. Now, on the other hand, if you're in a really cold climate where your sweat is more of a water vapor or steam, it will evaporate more readily through these fabrics. So, as usual, I'll kind of start from my right and shift towards the left. Now, the first jacket here is the REI Shuksan Jacket. This jacket itself is no longer made, but there are comparable ones made by REI and other manufacturers. This one uses event technology fabric, which its whole sort of catchphrase is that you don't need pit zips because it breathes so well. Now, with that said, I'll start with the positives. The material itself is very nice. It feels good on the skin. Its water repellency is excellent. I can wear this all day in the rain and have zero issues with it. I've had this jacket since the fall of 2007, and in the entire time I've had this jacket, I've only had to retreat it and kind of restore its water repellency once. I've used it in snow, rain, all sorts of other various conditions, and it works really well. Its breathability is okay. I definitely have overheated in this jacket, and the whole idea of it not needing pit zips is not ideal in my opinion. I think pit zips would definitely benefit this jacket. How they compensate for not having pit zips, especially on this jacket, is by providing passive ventilation. In this case, the pockets use a mesh lining that's breathable, so if you're starting to overheat, you can unzip the pockets, which will allow heat and water vapor to go through these ventilated holes. So it's their version of pit zips. Now, as I said, I've had this jacket since the fall 2007. Throughout the time, the seam tape is kind of starting to peel up a little bit. This is something that's easily repairable. I just haven't taken the time to do it. But it's a great jacket. The things that were not ideal for me was the weight. It weighs in at about 19 ounces, so that's a little heavier than I'd like to carry with me. And its compactness. I can kind of fold the arms over, fold this inside and roll it up into its hood, but it's not very packable. That being said, I use this all the time if I'm going to be in snow, if weight's not going to be an issue, and I use it around town because it fits very comfortably, has 4 pockets, 2 chest pockets, 2 hand pockets. The pockets are well placed. It's just a great jacket. But for ultralight backpacking, this does not necessarily provide the ideal weight and compressibility. But great jacket, runs at about the $250 range, so they do tend to be expensive. They do also have lighter versions of this now, so maybe at some point in time when I get up the money, I'll try to find something lighter. After that, in 2008, I purchased this jacket here. This is the REI Ultralight jacket. This jacket as well is not made anymore, but once again, there are similar products made by REI and other manufacturers. This jacket uses REI Elements 2.5 layer fabric technology. It's very similar to Gore-Tex, and as such, it tends to have that sort of plasticky feel, not necessarily the most comfortable on the skin, but if you're wearing long sleeve layers, that's obviously not going to be an issue. You'll see there's a pattern on the inside of this. REI calls it their topo fabric. What it's supposed to do, according to the people at REI, is allow the water vapor to properly ventilate by channeling the water to areas where it'll ventilate out. Whether or not that's true or whether or not that's just marketing, I don't know. But its breathability is so-so. They do provide pit zips, and they're actually quite large. so you can ventilate out via pit zips. This has 2 hand pockets and 1 chest pocket, and the chest pocket has a little hole so you can run up your headphones from an MP3 player. Overall, this jacket's relatively decent. It comes with its own stuff sack right here, so it does get somewhat compact. I mean, it's not tiny, but it's definitely reasonable. It weighs in at about 14.2 ounces, I believe, so it's about it's a little over a quarter pound lighter than the event jacket. Water repellency is pretty reasonable. I've had to retreat it twice, but overall it's held up relatively well. It's got the adjustability on the hood. It's got the 2 outside ones and a back one to kind of conform the fit, which is really nice. You can put the hood away. It has a little place to zip it away, but I've never really done that. I haven't seen the purpose for that. Now, the pros of this is it's relatively waterproof. It does relatively well with that. Breathability with the pit zips is reasonable. It's somewhat lightweight and compact. The cons, I would like to find something lighter that is waterproof as this. And beyond that, that's the main issue, is that I want to find something lighter than this. This is actually a reasonable jacket. This costs about $100. Similar jackets should range in a similar price range. With that, I use these pants. They're ultralight rain pants. These come in at about 11 ounces. Have that same sort of REI topo look on the inside. The pants are okay. Their waterproofness is relatively similar to the jacket, which I definitely liked. The only thing I don't like about the pants is that they don't have belt loops. So when you put things in your pockets, your pants start to slide down, and that is not ideal. Outside of that, the pants are actually pretty good. I still use them to this day. I haven't found a pair that I've liked better, and I haven't purchased anything that's lighter. But the pants work reasonably. There are other options like a rain skirt, and there are lighter rain pants. I just haven't taken the time to look for those because pants are usually not my biggest concern. With that being said, I'll move on to this jacket here. This is the Outdoor Research Helium 2 jacket. Now, positives. This jacket is light, 6.5 ounces. And that's, for me, that's really great. I mean, this only weighs 1.5 ounces more than my windbreaker, which has no water repellency whatsoever. It only has 1 pocket, this chest pocket. Now, I would consider this actually to have 2 pockets because down here is the pocket that it packs into, so I would consider this an extra pocket, although it's not a convenient pocket. This only has 1 hood adjustment in the back. I would prefer that it also had hood adjustments up in the front also to get an ideal fit. I did have to do some decent fiddling around with it to get it to work. The fabric is a 2.5 layer as well. It does have that kind of clammy feeling and plasticky feeling on the inside. I personally would classify this as a highly water resistant windbreaker. When I first got this jacket, I went on a 5-mile hike, and it was raining the entire time. Different levels, anything from light sprinkles to pretty reasonable rain. And after about 45 minutes, this jacket actually started to wet out on its very first use. I would have expected a little more from that. As of such, I may return this jacket. If not, I will keep this, but understand that it has limitations. And that's one thing to know about all products you buy. Know their limitations and utilize them in the best way possible. So in this case, if it's during the summer and there's a slight chance of showers, I mean, as I live in the West, rain usually isn't very long-lived. I might utilize this as just kind of a windbreaker that provides good water resistance. If I'm going to be in a place where I know it's going to be raining consistently or over an extended period of time, currently I will definitely be using the REI Ultralight rain jacket. In the long run, I'm going to see if I can find something that weighs as much as this, but provides the same water repellency as this. But as that is not the case, the one I was considering is the Go Light Malpass jacket. It weighs in at 7 ounces, and I've heard pretty decent reviews on it, but it's not going to be back in stock till this fall. So for now, just because I want something really lightweight just to protect from kind of short duration showers, I will probably use this jacket. But if I was going to classify them by just their water resistance, This one breathes the best, has the most water repellency. This one is definitely decent with water repellency. Breathability is, it's so-so. I mean, the pit zips help, but I still tend to overheat. This one here wasn't very breathable, has no pit zips, and its water repellency is kind of so-so. As I said, for short showers, I'm sure this would be fine, but for anything extended, this is not going to be ideal. So those are my thoughts. I'd like to hear what your guys' thoughts are too, because rain gear is something constantly talked about in the forums. I'd like to get a better opinion of what you guys think is a good ultralight rain jacket. And for my opinion, ultralight will range anywhere between 5 and 8 ounces. If I can get it under 8 ounces, that would be ideal. So thank you very much for your guys' time. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. As always, likes are appreciated, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Thanks.